Okay, we are officially live. Hello, hello, everyone, and welcome to the next episode of the Estate Planning Expert Series, where I interview experts on the topic to help financial advisors grow. Today's episode is all about the power of proactive planning and how financial advisors can better guide families to take action on their estate plan before it's too late. And our guest today is Devin Garofalo, an accredited investment fiduciary, and he's the founder and CEO of Colonial River Wealth Management. Devin built his firm on values first philosophy, super important, and a commitment to helping families work through their estate plan, protect their legacies through being proactive and having access to estate planning. Devin, welcome to the show.
Well, thanks for having me with you today. I appreciate this is a topic that's really near and dear to me as an advisor and to a lot of the clients that we work with every day. So I appreciate having the opportunity to chat with you about this today.
Absolutely. And Devin and I just got to meet a week ago at LPL Focus in sunny San Diego. There was over 10,000 attendees at LPL Focus, and he hopped on camera with me. So Devin, it's so nice to get back on camera with you just a week later. Okay, so let's start with your firm, Devin. Colonial River is built on a values first philosophy and a proactive approach. So how did these principles shape the way you guide families through estate planning?
Well, estate planning is always a sophisticated and exciting thing to go through, but it really comes down to a best interest of the investor, client, and their family. And so we really take that as our first step as we meet with people. You know, as you talk to the people that are building the estate plan for themselves, they have different reasons, whether it's, they're wanting to take care of their loved ones, or maybe they're doing protection for specific family members, but really looking out for that best interest for them first. But also, it also comes down to giving an extremely high level of service. I think a lot of firms miss the boat on this because they're looking at growth and how they can just acquire more assets and maybe profitability in different areas. But this is a key focus that we've really felt, by giving this high level of service to people where they're usually not getting elsewhere, really brings a lot of not just value to them, but it brings a lot of um, security and feelings of peace and comfort, knowing that they have these basic things for their estate and their family taken care of and in place.
Absolutely. And you said some key words there, right? Security, peace. Like, your clients don't want to be up late at night thinking about this. And especially if a crisis is to hit, like, you
Yeah.
don't want them looking back and saying, why didn't we ever talk about this? So I think there is so much power in being proactive. Maybe we can talk a little bit about, like, what does being proactive look like in practice for you as a financial advisor, working with your clients, delivering this, high level of service? How do you encourage clients to take action before a crisis forces them to?
Yeah, it's when I look at the proactive side to it, it comes down a lot of times to life changes that people are going through, and a lot of times even the age of our clients. It's fascinating to watch a lot of our clients who may be a little bit deeper in the investment world or even the game of life. They have maybe had a little more time to think about things, and sometimes we'll already have some estate planning things in place, although it might not be everything that they need. But most of our younger families, sometimes they're not even the thought of death and things that can happen don't even cross their mind. And so, from a proactive side, we really try to focus on people going through these life changes, because it's almost like a time that triggers to them that there's really a need. Like an example, when we have a new baby in the family, whether it's a young couple that just had a new baby or grandparents, it's always a key time maybe to trigger that life change, whether it's an update they need to do to their estate plan, or for a lot of folks just doing it for the first time. But really being proactive in my mind means looking out for people, not just, hey, who can I focus on, but look for people that are going through those key life changes where they're really going to be excited and maybe driven to focus on that estate planning side.
Yeah, and there are so many different types of life events and really age events. And I think, if I'm a financial advisor, right, I want to keep track of these events, and they're on my calendar, they're in the CRM, right? There's tools out there that offer, like I'll shout out Bento Engine. I know that's an awesome tool for these different life events, triggering events. So I really like that approach, and I think what better way to be proactive. Now, when I met you and I, took some time on your website, I know you serve clients all across the country. So your clients span the country. And I think if you're going to best serve clients all across the country, you need a way to scale and also stay consistent. So let's talk about technology. Obviously, you use Trust and Will. We met each other at LPL Focus, got
Yeah.
on the Trust and Will camera. How has technology like Trust and Will helped you offer estate planning that's accessible, but also consistent and proactive across different regions?
Yeah, it's actually Trust and Will has been a pretty amazing system for us to use for a variety of reasons. But this one being one of the largest, we have, like you mentioned, with clients all over the country. And we have a great nucleus of things that we do in our local area here in Virginia. We have attorneys that we collaborate with for specific reasons, just like we have attorneys all over the country. But most of our clients, they don't need a crazy sophisticated estate plan. They just need something that's put in place. They need something simple, and having the ability not only to do this virtually with them anywhere in the country, but also that we have accessibility to attorneys in every state, because part of our process is we help them to go through and do the digital version of the estate plan, but we still want our clients to have that touch and feel from a local attorney in their state that can kind of put that stamp of approval on it and make sure that things are taken care of if they have questions. And that's been really a driving force for us to do well with this system at Trust and Will. And really, when we look at things from a fiduciary standpoint and best interest, like we've already talked about, or proactive side of things, having a local attorney that can give customers that legal outlook and not just the advisor side that I can provide for them really gives them that best interest component.
Yeah, we've partnered with over, I want to say around 300 attorneys nationwide, and we have, a vetting and due diligence process. And we've partnered with some really fantastic attorneys in the space, some that I've personally gotten to meet, go out to lunch with. And we hear time and time again from clients of financial advisors on the platform, I had a great experience. And, I can talk to this person as many times as I need to in the span of a year. Like that's part of our package. And I just think, people aren't used to that, right? People are used to the old way, which is costly and it's lengthy. And this is just such a new and innovative approach. And I'm so glad to hear that it's being helpful to you. And I agree, this is probably one of the biggest areas where advisors share with us, like, this is what my clients love so much, and what I love as a financial advisor about using technology to help them with their estate planning. Now, I want to talk a little bit about you, Devin. I know we've talked a bit about your process and your clients, but outside of your role as an advisor, you're a mentor, you're a coach, you're an Eagle Scout. So, how do these personal experiences influence your perspective as Devin on helping families create lasting legacies?
Yeah, I love being a financial advisor, and I love kind of working with individual families, but I also love working with our advisors here locally. Like I said, being that mentor and it in some ways there's some big similarities between the two. And I would tell you that the basic thing that I learned by being an Eagle Scout was be prepared. That's kind of the motto of Eagle Scouts, right? And part of being prepared is to map out a plan. Is to kind of forecast what you think could happen. And so everything that I did as a Boy Scout in my youth really kind of was a way to set the stage for me as an advisor in the future. And what we try to do with our advisors here, similar like we do with our individual investor clients, is we help them build out a blueprint of their future. Really help them figure out what's most important to them, and almost dig deep a little bit. It takes a little bit of time to figure out what those most important things to you could be, and then from there build our plan around that, right? And everything that we do from that point on should be focused on almost like a laser pointer of what those things that are most important to that person. And a lot of times with our advisors, And when you ask what's most important to them, it's like my family, right? And so um, everything that they have in their plan for their future should be really focused on how they can build their business and work better with their customers so they can spend more time with their family. Everything should be focused on that, right? And when I sit down with individual clients, similar things, which I really like is I'll ask and go through a lot of questions, things about their risk and how they feel about things. But a lot of times a similar thing comes back. It's about, I want to focus on my family. And so we try to make sure every investment solution they choose or service that we do, like estate planning with trust and everything should be kind of focused around that core driving factor or what's really most important to them. And so it's been a great piece, kind of brings kind of full circle all the different things that we do at our firm with our clients, with our advisors, and with our estate planning system. It kind of everything has that similar focus of best interest and giving that high level of service.
Yeah, I really like that answer. And family is at the heart of it all. And it's amazing how you don't think, what skills might be transferable, something you started young in life and still participate in today as this mentor and this Eagle Scout into you as a business person, right? Showing up
Right.
and growing a business and helping your clients. And all those values just kind of come right front and center. And those skills that you've built along the way are transferred in such a beautiful, helpful way. So, Devin, thank you so much for joining me on today's show and sharing how a proactive, values driven approach to estate planning is truly making a difference for families across the country. Your clients are very lucky to have you. And for those of you who are in the audience, if you're interested in learning more about Trust and Will, or just want to talk further about some of the things you've heard here today, feel free to go and head over to trustandwill.com/advisors, or just scan the QR code here at the bottom of the screen. Devin, thank you again, and we'll see you all on the
Thank you.
next episode.
Thanks for having me. Great to see you. Take care.